Welcome to Mysteries Unfolded, the horror podcast where every shadow hides a secret and every whisper carries a warning. I'm your host, and tonight, we dive deep into real-life horror stories, unexplained encounters, and spine-chilling experiences that will keep you looking over your shoulder. If you love true horror, eerie mysteries, and stories that make your skin crawl, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and follow Mysteries Unfolded, because the darkness is always closer than you think. Now, dim the lights. Tonight, I'm going to tell you a story. Not fiction, not a legend passed down by village elders. This is a true account. From the dense, rain-soaked forests of northeast India, a stretch of road that connects Assam and Meghalaya, a road feared by truck drivers, spoken about in hushed tones at tea stalls and roadside darbas. They call it the Bloody Route. Ramesh Yadav was a veteran truck driver. He had spent over a decade on India's highways, hauling goods from one corner of the country to another. The road was his second home. And fear, it wasn't in his vocabulary. He had faced armed robbers, seen the aftermath of deadly accidents, even stared into the eyes of a leopard once near Kaziranga. But what he encountered that night broke something inside him. It was mid-July, the monsoon had drenched the land for days. Trees glistened with rain, and rivers overflowed onto roads. Ramesh had a night delivery, transporting cement bags from Guwahati to Shillong. It wasn't unusual, he'd driven that route many times. But that night, something felt off. He left around 10:30 p.m. The city lights soon faded behind him, replaced by winding roads through thick forest. Fog crept in like a living thing, heavy, cold, clinging to the windshield. By the time he reached the stretch near Bernihat, visibility was down to barely a few meters. And the woman vanished, gone, as if she had never been there. He tried to restart the engine. Nothing. Tried again. Still dead. The fog seemed to get thicker. He reached for his phone. No network. And then, he heard it. Footsteps. Gravel crunching. Someone was walking toward the truck. He looked at the side mirror. Nothing. Checked the rear view. Still nothing. And then a hand appeared. Pressed flat against the driver's side window. But it wasn't from the outside. It was from inside the truck. Ramesh spun around. No one. Just empty seats and cement bags in the rear. He jumped out of the truck, into the rain. Breathing heavily, heart pounding. He scanned the jungle. Nothing but trees swaying in the storm. He tried calling again. Still no signal. Then, laughter. Soft, high-pitched, childlike, echoing from the trees. He turned, peered into the dark jungle. Two small glowing eyes stared back at him. No, not one pair. 2, 3, 4. He wasn't alone. He scrambled back into the truck, fumbled with the ignition, and this time, it roared to life. He didn't waste a second. Slammed the clutch, pushed the accelerator. The truck lunged forward. He didn't look in the mirror. Didn't look at the road properly. He just drove. Fast. Through the fog. Through every curve and bump. 20 minutes later, he saw the lights of a roadside darbar. Pulled over. Stumbled out. Soaked to the bone. Shaking. The owner, an old Kasi man with grey hair and sharp eyes, looked at him without surprise. "You saw her, didn't you?" he asked. Ramesh didn't speak, just nodded slowly. The old man poured him tea, sat down beside him, and told him the story. Years ago, a young woman was killed on that very stretch. She was walking home late one night when a drunk truck driver hit her. Afraid of being arrested, he dragged her body into the jungle and left her there. She was found 2 days later. But not all of her. Her head was never recovered. Since then, drivers have reported strange sightings. Some see a woman in white standing on the road. Others hear voices inside their cabins. Some simply vanish. The darbar owner said, she doesn't appear to everyone. Only to those driving alone. At night, in the fog, Ramesh listened in silence, then suddenly remembered something. He hadn't opened the back of the truck. He rushed outside with the owner and unlatched the rear doors. Everything seemed normal, except for one thing. In the corner, next to the cement bags, was a long white cloth. Soaked in mud and rainwater. A torn piece of a sari. Ramesh stared at it, breath caught in his throat. It wasn't his. He never carried any fabric in the cargo. He left it there, closed the doors, and never took that route again. In fact, he stopped driving at night completely. People ask him if he believes in ghosts now. He doesn't say yes. He just smiles. A tired, broken smile. And says, "I believe in what I saw." That's enough. Low music fades back in. Slow, unsettling. Some roads are dangerous because of curves. Some because of landslides. But some are dangerous because of what still walks them. If you're ever driving alone on the Assam-Meghalaya highway, and the fog begins to close in, don't stop. Not for a woman in white. Not for a voice calling your name. And if your truck stalls, don't look in the mirror. Because what's behind you may already be inside. Thank you for listening to Whispers from the Dark. If you're still with us, sleep well. Or at least, try to.